Okay, we are back at the Stanley Kubrick Memorial Soundstage. My objective is to work on the controls for the automated furnace. The idea is being able to set a temperature and pressure target and have it automatically go to that. This is going to be a little different. We're going back to the way we used to do things. Just going to kind of wing it. This should be exciting. I'm going to attempt to cut out any of the boring bits, but yeah. Another objective, I'm hoping to maybe go ahead and get the waste overflow so that it can go into the waste general storage over there. So to start with, we're going to need some parts. Kind of been thinking about how I'm going to do this, have sort of a vague idea, and we're going to just see how it goes. So to start with, I'm going to need an IC-10 chip and a IC housing. Gold, steel, electrum, solder. And we're also going to need some more pipes. Not sure how much of that, but we'll do a couple of stacks. We'll also need a couple of memory chips. My current concept is we're going to take 2 memory chips and set the pressure and temperature values there, and then the code will go from there. So in the future, if we want to set a certain temperature and pressure, we can just write to those memory chips and the system will adjust to them. I already have a couple of those. I'm gonna need some of this too, actually. go ahead and grab all of those. Alright, that's got us a couple of stacks of that. I'm going to need more than one logic IO. This is going to be for the waste system. Bring up a few of those. I think I need another volume pump. Gold and copper. Well. Might be everything I need. I'm gonna need more cable. Well, this won't all fit, so we'll just take what we can and we'll come back. Oh, there was something else I meant to do as well. This may be sketchy. Alright, that pump is off. And now, oh, this is complaining. Well. Thought I could disable that pump and then just let it go. So this is at the 20 megapascals we want. This is empty. This is really low. Output's all the way on. just gonna run from the hot side into that. It's filling up pretty quick. I don't think I want to leave this unattended. Well, we'll turn it off for now. Let it do its thing. Go get our cable coil. Oops. Well, that's not good. Okay, there's got to be a way to reset these. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I think the first thing we'll do is we'll go in here and find this waistline. Okay. Well, that goes over here, doesn't it? How does it go over here? Oh, for the recycler. I think we can just come through there. That's not really how I want to do that. I think we're just going to bring this wire back. We're going to put our pump right here. All right. Let's see if this will squeeze by. Yeah. That'll work. Now we just do a little bit of logic here. And I think I'm just gonna stick it right on here. Maybe. It's a good place for it. Maybe we'll do it up here. Let's go get my chips. So these are targeting for 20 megapascals, and that's probably going to be where they'll stay. These tanks are safe up to like 50 or 60 megs, so... And actually, I think the pipes will blow out before the tanks will. Although I have exploded one, and it was not pleasant. I think we will set this for, say, 30. If it gets above 30, we'll turn the pump on. And we'll store that value in a memory chip. We need a reader and a writer and a comparer. Maybe we'll put the compare over here. Not a great layout, but it'll do. All of this should be covered up anyway eventually. Yeah, that should do it. Okay. So this logic reader gonna read in from the waste tank. Oh. It'll work a whole lot better if it's connected to everything else. Now let's try that again. Waste tank pressure. Which is 0. Accurate. Let's turn this hot side valve on again. Should be reading something now. Yeah. 1 megapascal. That's about right. That's 30 megapascals, I think. We'll have to verify that. Alright. So, gonna be... Actually, can this read straight off of the... Yeah. And I messed this up. Alright, that will read in from that. If it's greater than the memory value, let's test this. We'll set this to 5. That's showing a 0 state. We can get the waste tank up to 5. That takes some doing. Alright, it's at 2 megapascals. Let's see what that looks like on the logic chip. 2003 megapascals. Let's not blow anything up. Furnace is still safe. Alright, so that's a 1. That is working correctly. Turn this off. Okay. So instead of 3,000, we want to make this 30. Add a 0. That way, if this gets to 30 megapascals, we'll vent it out to the main waste system. And then we write the value of this to this pump, to its on variable. What the hell? Oh, this needs to come from waste overflow logic compare. Waste tank overflow pump. On. Okay. Let's change this back to 3000. We'll test it, make sure it kicks the pump on.
Jetpack low.
And before we do any more testing, let's go refuel the jetpack.
Jetpack critical.
Alright, let's put some more stuff in the waste tank and see if we can get it above 3. Once we get above 3, that pump should kick on.
Power low.
Here we go. And boom, there it is. Alright, so that's done been did. Let's go have us a bite, grab us a sip, and we'll get on to the main course. Turn that off though before we blow something up. Alright. Gotta keep feeding this in there. Fuel line should be on now. We're below our target on the hot side. Looks like it is. I do wish I could disable this so that it would just supply the cold side. I think I may need to have all these pressurized properly before I try to automate temperature and pressure controls. That actually seems stable. I'm gonna let it go for a little while. Put another battery for this. we'll go ahead and close this back up. There we go. I need more sheets eventually to close all this up, but that's for later. And I still need to figure out exactly how I want to do the displays. This is temporary. Cold side's up to 11 now, almost 12. I think we'll pause recording for a bit and go ahead and get these tanks charged. So things are continuing on apace. The cold tank has just hit 20 megapascals, but of course it's still over temperature, so it's cooling. That contracts the gas. Pressure goes down. The waste tank keeps topping it back up. I have been able to just leave the hot side pump on. It's not overpressurized this, so. And I've been turning the fuel mixer on now and then. This system doesn't use a lot of fuel, and I think that's really the idea behind it. I believe once these get pressurized, it's gonna sip fuel. But yeah, this is continuing to go. Once that stabilizes, then I think it'll fill up the hot side pretty quick. And we'll check back in a minute. So this is still not quite there. It keeps popping it back up because it's, you know, not cooled off enough. But I think we're going to this is going all right. I think we're gonna see if we can get another APC because we need a different circuit for the furnace. And we're gonna let that stabilize for a little bit because there's quite a bit in the waste tank. There might be enough in the waste tank to get that pressurized at the right temperature. Let's go get us an APC. I also made a brief mining trip. Got about half a belt of volatiles. The tank was below a megapascal. Anything important connected to this anymore? I think the only thing connected to that is where the old furnace was. And let's see if we've got a battery. I think for now we'll just swipe one of these. Do need to make another one. I'm not sure how I feel about where that's placed, honestly. May end up moving this, but for now we'll put the next APC underneath that one. Okay. That's on its own circuit now. Unless I screwed something up, which is entirely possible. Okay, the waste tank is empty again. That's not quite where it needs to be. Guess we'll feed it a little more. While we're at it, we should probably do some lighting in here. I don't really want to leave this unattended, though. It's probably safe, but I think I'll just babysit it. We'll check back in a few minutes. So, this is coming along, but it is taking forever. The hot side is stabilized now, and I think there's enough material in the waste tank to top that up, but it's continuing to toggle on and off as the pressure drops as it cools in the cold side. There might be enough material in the waste tank now to get that to 20 megapascals at the target temperature, which, if you recall from our code, is 500 Kelvin, which is about 226 Celsius. So that's still about 100 degrees too hot. I think what we'll do while we let this go for a while is let's stow this stuff. And I think maybe we'll work on salvaging some of the Tater Palace, and we'll check back on this in a few minutes. This thing hasn't been hooked up for a while, actually. Okay. I think I've already pulled the glass out of both doors. Maybe not. I think that's a full loop. Drop this off. Go have a look at our furnace, see how that's going. I suspect it's not done yet. We're also going to have to expand our power generation. We're behind the curve, I think, on that. Yeah, that's going to take some time yet. Although, we may need to add more to the system. This does a pretty good job at this point, where the waste tank is still cold enough to mitigate this temperature and keep it at around 1526. It's using fuel now. It's adding hot gas, but it's keeping the temperature under control. We'll check back on this in a bit. Could have salvaged that earlier. Yeah, I didn't need to build some of that stuff. Let's clean this up too. We might want to leave this pigtail here. So I think we may want to do a gas tank emptying system here. We might do the same over here for water. Let's go ahead and get this water tank. I politely request that you not murder me when I pick you up. Yay. This is the pump we stole a while back. That should drain any water going into the ice crushers and such. That's the purpose of that pump. And I think we will get this tank connector. I might just put it right here. And that's now putting it into our main storage. Then we might add a canister drop off too. We could do something similar to that for the gases right here. Maybe. Don't really need this. Throw it down there for now. We may end up trying to make some fertilizer with that later. What is that? Oh, I do want my egg garden. Alright. Okay. Check on this. Still not quite enough. Let's run some more hot in there, and we'll see if we can get that where it needs to be. Run this down to about 16 megapascals. That's probably close enough. Let it run for a while. Alright. Not completely sure what to do with these. I think it's safe to go ahead and send all this through. Worst case scenario, we can do basic smelting with the advanced furnace as it is now. The other belt is storing other things. Stuff we can't use right now and stuff we don't have a storage place for. So I think we'll just chuck it in here for now. Come back to it later. Save those. I think all of these are going away. Not sure Oh, I want to run this now. Might just run a line straight across here. Place these with steel frames. Currently the only thing on this branch is the greenhouse. It can do without power for a few minutes. I don't want to run the power line here. I think it'll be safe to run it along this seam here.
Hydration critical.
Really do not care for that new voice.
Power low.
Let's get us a sip. Probably should recycle those. Well, 4 tomatoes. Let's check on our furnace again. Nope, still not enough material. Let's run this down to 20 megapascals. That shouldn't trigger the furnace to refill it. don't know if that's going to be enough. We'll check it again in a minute. It's a new battery. There we go. This thing goes through the small batteries quick. Need 15 steel frames. Smooth this off. Just keep finding this. Oh. That one seems to be the wrong stack size. There. How many steel frames do I have in here? 8. That's still not where we want it. Temperature's getting closer though. Take this down to 16 megapascals again. That's close enough. Run some cold through there to help it regulate that temperature. Let it go for a while. we need 7 more. This atmospheric system has worked out surprisingly well. I'm actually going to need quite a few more steel sheets than just the 15 for this. Let me let that go for a minute. That's enough of that for now. Yeah, way too many dead batteries here. Gonna have to expand our solar, I guess. Alright. Not sure what we'll put here, but goodbye, Tater Palace. It served us well. Getting closer. Go ahead and run this down to almost 20 meg. There, now that's still stable. Some more cold through it. Let's go stash this stuff. This is already getting pretty long. Wondering if maybe it might be worthwhile to call it and do the programming on the next one. I think I'm just recycling all these. That's a stack of iron. Guess that's alright. Still not quite there. Oh, I forgot to put something else in. Almost a stack there. It's getting pretty close. Let's try and experiment. Put this away and we'll go get some materials. Experiment with that. Gonna go grab some materials and then maybe we'll experiment with manual smelting here. Alright, I'm freshly hydrated. I have done some mining. And we're gonna give this thing a whirl. We're going to try to make inconel. That's 5 gold, 25 steel, 25 nickel. Go ahead and put those in. Let's set the output to 0. Yeah, output 0. Pressure's empty. That probably won't process until we put a little heat in there. Okay, we're at 2.4 megapascals and 1.5 kilokelvin. are 50 gold. $25 steel. Now, got a broad temperature range, 600 to 100,000 Kelvin, but the pressure is to 23.5 megapascals to 24. That's a narrow band. So let's see if we can pressurize this. My theory is, if it's overpressure, we just turn on the output pump and lower the pressure. And then once we get the pressure below the target, we can add hot or cold, depending on the temperature. Let's just add hot, see if we can get it up to something close to 24. Ooh. It's going quick. Maybe we'll add some cold now. We overshot. Gotta get just below 24. Well, look at that. That'll do. And the pressure and temperature are stable. I like it. I was thinking about trying stellite too. How much cobalt do I have? There's some extras I picked up. Three cobalt. Not gonna make much stellite with that. That's alright. We'll go back to it. Spin this down. And maybe it'll eventually get that temperature's correct. It might actually get that to the 20 megs it needs. We'll come back. I think I'm going to have to rethink my idea for automating that though. Doesn't look like that's going to work. But I do want to accomplish something. Gold, copper, silicon. Maybe not. Gold, copper, steel for some more batteries. Like another one too. Alright. Try these out. Oh yeah. Mining just got a whole lot easier. There's some silver. Oxide. Yeah, this is the way forward. Lots of copper. Lots of oxide. Water. Gold. Uranium down there. Think, or is that coal? That's coal. That's definitely going to be the way to do mining. At least until we get a rocket up and running. As far as the furnace goes, I'm gonna have to think about the proper way to control that. Do some research, come back to it. Don't think we'll get to it this episode. And we've really got to do something about this power situation. Oh yeah. Time to start switching some things off. You know, it's a short-term thing, but I've got it laying here. Run that 15 iron through there. Or coal. What the hell? Those in there. I think, for now, that's gonna do it. Don't quite have this where it needs to be. It's close, real close. Temperature's good and it's within a megapascal. actually finally get there. Look at that. So, stabilized. Got our 20 megapascals in both tanks. At the proper temperatures. Our gas system's good to go. We'll revisit the automation for this once I've had a longer think on it, maybe done some research. It's more complicated than I had initially thought, I think. For now, we have our sensor glasses. We have a working advanced furnace. Just have to control it manually. Tater Palace is torn down. And we're in pretty good shape. Yeah, I think we'll call it there. Thanks for watching, folks. Any comments or suggestions or ideas, go ahead and lay them on me.